not loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Funches has it complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Devin Funches, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 18 Gator. X3. 218. Chopper.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Let's go.
On play action, it's Manning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Pollard. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Rock it. Get it.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
16 yards. That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Hey, routine spill.
Running from the gun, Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a third and 2. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
152 fighter.
Working from the gun, Manning. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
That's another Jets first
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
56 is the mic. General West.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Second and 5 now. Manning, and his throw is incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. They come up now, third and 5, following the incomplete pass. Manning. Screenplay, Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down.
Ready? 70, Indy.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill going up top. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Shift. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 13. Check 13. Bang, 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 bang. Swing.
From the gun, it's Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 4th down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
At their own 40-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Pollard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
60 Pittsburgh.
At the 33-yard line.
55. Rip
Now.
Off play action, Tannehill. It's caught by Funchess.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On the ready.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go. Here we go.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 70 Indy. Ready.
Again, Tannehill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Eric Sauber, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Ready, set.
6 by 56. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
On first down, Manning hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 26-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Out.
Watch the ship.
Hard.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
To throw is Manning. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
15 yards. And the Jets.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
1-yard line.
Shotgun now for Manning. A good throw here, finding Pascal. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
a throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Manning. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now Manning. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook out.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at it, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke, and he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go now. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak.
He's not going to get me. Shit.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 37-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Matt Moore, the backup, ready for his first throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Check. Check the backer.
Ready.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. And able to connect with Berrios. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
55, Mike, 55.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now here's Pollard, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
X3, 218, chop.
More now. Off play action. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And this announcer kind of speechless. Cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Yeah, Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Gallman will run it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Protein spill.
Watch twitch.
Again, it's Lewis. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Down. 18 Gator. 54. Topper.
Moore off the play fake. Taken in by the tight end, Barrett. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check hot route.
Yo, cheetah. Spot.
From the gun, Moore. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Nice move by Lewis. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
You go tight. You got tight.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's got room. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go to Johnson again, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
Look at me. Go. Just get it.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up fourth down.
Here we go, set. 10 Lobo.
Here we go.
Hit it.
And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Brings up second and 9.
Got it.
The 11-yard
6-6. Pull it high.
A big offensive explosion helped lead.